Good afternoon, and welcome to Expose Yourself to Art, a show that explores the creative process by inviting artists to join us in a chat about their life and their work. I'm flying solo today. Linda Scheller is again off on one of her creative endeavors, but we have a great guest. Her name is Thelma Saldivar, and she's kind of like a fellow artist to me. We're both photographers, and I'm so happy to have another photographer to speak. But before we bring her on, let me tell you a little bit about her. Thelma was born and raised in Sonora, Mexico. She immigrated to the United States when she was 25 years old, currently living in Modesto, California, where she started learning English and later began her education at Modesto Junior College, majoring in photography. She got her Associates of Art degrees from MJC in 2023, but before that even, she's been working as a wedding and family photographer since 2015. So her passion for photography came before college, obviously. It'd be interesting to talk with her about that. Most recently, her passion in photography is to create shows and art that address social issues. In 2022, she began her photographic project, Letters Home. Uh, this was a very well-received exhibit at the Michelin Gallery last year. And in the meantime, she received a Heartland grant to continue this work. So let's bring her on. This is going to be a very interesting chat. Welcome, Thelma.
Hi.
Hi. Thanks for joining me today.
No,
Yeah,
thank you for the invitation.
yeah. And like I said, I was especially glad. One, you're a photographer, and two, I've seen some of your work because it was exhibited at the Michelin Gallery last year. So I
Yeah.
was very happy to see you receive an award and be able to continue this project.
Uh-huh. Yeah,
Yeah,
I'm very grateful for that opportunity also.
yeah. So your Letters Home project is about immigrants, which you were yourself.
Mm-hmm.
So why don't we go back and hear your story? Where you were born in Mexico, obviously I read that,
Uh-huh.
but tell me about that. Tell me where you came from, how you got interested in photography, and what your journey has been like. So
Um,
jump in anywhere.
yeah. So my story is not as beautiful as the project, as the people from the project, but I can share some of the cultural shock that we have when we get here. I was raised and born in Sonora, Mexico. I started learning English. I came to learn English, actually, and I find my husband.
Oh.
So, and my plan was to return to Mexico as soon as I learn English. So that's why I haven't come back. I haven't learned English enough to come back. So, no, so I got married and I started taking classes at MJC just because I wanted to learn the language. I wanted to be able to communicate and in English. So I started over there, like learning English, and suddenly I took a class. I took a photo class, and I was just in love. This is what I want to do. This is my passion.
uh,
So I start taking classes, and I say, no, I need to finish my associates. It took me a long time because family takes a big place in my life. So a long time, but through that, the last year, the last semester, I can say, the last year before I graduated, I was still a student when we started, and I say we because I have two mentors that I love, and they helped me a lot through the process of Letters Home. And we started up this project and I was so afraid because I knew it was, but I was passionate about it. So
Uh-huh.
I'm very glad that people is looking to that project at the same way that I am looking
Yeah.
to the
Well,
project.
before we get to the project, where did the interest in photography come from? Were you previously interested in the arts or photography or?
Yeah, when I was in Mexico, I like to have the camera around, like, but I didn't have any knowledge at all. My dad used to be a photographer, but I never got the camera.
Uh,
And then my sister is a painter. She does art too. So, but I was more towards like child development. And then, but in one of those classes, I decided to take a photo class, and then is when
uh,
start my passion for
uh-huh.
it. Mhm.
Yeah. And in your bio, it says that you do wedding photography.
Yes, I
Yeah.
do family photography, kids, everything.
Uh,
Um, that's the way that survive, right? We need to do extra things. I love it. I love the communication with the families. Oh,
uh-huh.
I love that. I love the to meet new people. I love that. But
Uh,
my passion is for social issues.
uh,
That's the fulfillment.
where did that interest come from?
Um, I think I was thinking before somebody asked me, and I was thinking, and I think it's because my family, my mom and dad, they're always being aware of what happened in the society, and they are people that helps, that really do help people. So I think it's because of them, is their
Uh,
example that helped me to, like, I always wanted to justify photography. Like, I'm photographing because of this, because I want to do something with this. That's
uh,
my way of photograph. I want to justify what I was doing
uh-huh.
there. It's not just a photo. I want to communicate something. So I think it's because of my parents.
Really? Yeah. You said they help people. Were they in a
Uh,
helping profession or something or
right,
what?
right now they're pastors.
Oh,
They're ministers in Mexico. Yeah,
okay.
they are. But before even they got into that, they were like just people that in my neighborhood. I was the only one that had a car, and then an old car. I don't want to say it was an old car, but it was the only one. So people from around us call him to, like, if somebody was pregnant and it to have a baby, they call my dad.
Okay.
If somebody needs something, some like single mothers that they don't have a support, they call my dad to fix something. Or if they don't have food, my mom was cooking for them. So they always had that heart to help.
Uh-huh.
And I believe that, I think some of that is
Uh,
reflected on the things that I photograph.
are they still in Mexico?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Okay. So, so what kind of camera did you pick up first? Did you have a real camera, or were you taking pictures with your phone?
Well, when I took the class, it was an analogous camera,
Okay.
and then I remember my husband gave me one camera. It was Nikon D7000 or something like that. It was like 16 megapixels. It was just very basic.
Yeah.
It wasn't full frame at all. Uh, but I still have it. I still have it.
Uh-huh.
And then I have my other one that is 46 megapixels. So
Oh,
I
you got a
have
big.
another
Yeah.
one.
Okay. Oh, jeez. So, what time in your life was that? How long
Mm,
ago when you started photographing?
Well, when I started, like I
Yeah,
started with families and things like that, it
yeah.
was kind of a funny moment. I needed a job, and one of my friends had his business, and then he told me, "Do you wanna be my photographer?" And I didn't know how to hold a camera, so he
No.
put a camera on my hands, and then he said, "Okay, you're gonna do what I'm gonna tell you what to do. Don't worry about it. I'm gonna pose the people. I'm gonna do this, and then you just put in an auto." And then
Oh.
okay, I needed a job, so I say okay.
Oh,
I
wow.
grabbed the camera, and then he was
Uh,
telling me, "Just shoot from this side and this side." But it was a quinceañera, and then from one point I say, "How about if we put the people this way and that way?" And he say, "Okay, you got it." And I start taking pictures
uh,
that way, and then I start working with him. But at some point I don't like the pictures. Something is missing, and it's because the camera was doing something for me, but I wanted to tell the camera what to do. So it's when I was, I'm gonna take a class just to see what's going on. So that it started in 2014.
yeah.
In 2015, I started working with him. And then I don't remember when I started taking photo classes, but
Uh,
it was before pandemic.
uh,
Yeah.
yeah, I think when I first met you, excuse me, maybe 6 months ago or so, I remember we kind of had the same discussion about you're wanting to take pictures that actually say something.
Mm-hmm.
And I was impressed because I think photography is a very difficult medium in which to do that.
Hmm.
If you're painting, your feelings come through the paint and the brush and everything. Uh, but a camera is mechanical, and it's to deal with the mechanics of photography and still find a way to say something. I think I was impressed
Thank
listening
you.
to that you want to do that,
Thank
because so many people see the camera as simply a way of recording something, that's in front of them.
Mhm.
Uh, Especially, I was making a joke about using your iPhone, your phone to take cameras, but that's what most people do. They take pictures
Yeah.
of their lunch or their cat or their, you know. But you started right out going for the heavy stuff. So
Yeah.
it,
That's why I said that it's funny, because I don't know, I always say yes to new things, even when
yeah,
I don't know how to do it. And I think I will learn it in the way. I
yeah,
will learn this in the way.
yeah, yeah. You had some reason for doing it, absolutely. So tell us a little bit about how you got into this specific project, Letters Home. Where did that idea come from?
Well, I was talking with one of my English professor,
Yeah,
Ruth Newman. She is one of my mentors, so I was just getting in touch with her, just to see what's going on in your life, and then we sat down. We were just drinking coffee, and I told her, you know what, I want to do something, and I'm taking these photography classes. I'm already finished. I want to show you this. And she was, show me your pictures of your weddings and family. No, no, no. I said, no, I want to show you something else. And I was doing a project about like social despair, and I show some photos of homeless people, and then people like me that I feel like we are mm, blessed, let's put it that way, that we have a home, that we can go to the store and buy groceries, and some people don't have that luxury. And she was, oh, I love these pictures. I'm
Mm.
gonna show it to my husband. But I didn't know that she was involved in for 20 years, more than 20 years, working with uh, Afghan community, with the Afghan community. So we can, she said, we can do something that involves that involves the community, that community. And we were start like brainstorming
Uh-huh.
what we can do, and at the end, this project is still reaching more communities, not only the Afghan community, the refugees.
Uh-huh.
So, but the first idea was towards the Afghan refugees, and then we decided to expand because we have a lot of students in MJC that were immigrants, and they have their own story. And I think is beautiful that we can incorporate a lot of communities.
Uh-huh.
And then
Yes.
we also talk with Noah Wilson, that is my other mentor for this, that is my photography professor. So we get together, and then we start talking about Letters Home, the name of the project. He said, no, I'm gonna support you. And then this started that way.
Yeah. And so tell me about Letters Home. I mean, the
Well,
meaning, it's like the literal letters home.
yeah. Do you want to put the
Oh, sure.
that
You
way
want to share it?
I can show the photos
Sure.
um,
Okay. Let's bring this up. Here we go.
and then if you have questions, you can
Okay.
interrupt me if you want.
Let me get rid of some of the distracting things here. There we go. So I guess we can put this on slideshow, and we can start from, oops, slideshow, play from start. There we go. So I'm not going to be able to see some of this, so you're going to have to tell me when to switch from one picture to the other.
Can you
Okay.
see me? I can tell you like this.
Yeah. Okay.
All right. So Letters Home. Well, this project is. I always say this is my baby because it took me 9 months to choose the first part, but
Uh-huh.
already I have like a 1 year and a half working on this. But the first part was 9 months, so it was like a baby, having
Yes.
a baby. So this project is, we wanted to use photograph to generate sense of value and understanding on the immigrant community. That sometimes some people, well, including myself, we need to hear stories. That way we can empathize, right?
Yes. Yes.
So we decided to create this, and then we were brainstorming and said that is every story of immigrant story is worth to tell. So this can be letters that you are writing a letter to your house. What is in your heart? And then I was intriguing, but the objects that we bring with us when we came here, I was very intriguing about that. So I was asking everyone to bring one object that still tied to your community, and your and still giving you the sense of home with you. So, and many people was bringing beautiful dresses, and this is a more and I don't know the other name of it, but she was telling us that in the community, she's from Cameroon. Food is very important, and this is symbolized of the fertile, like to have babies. So it was very interesting to see everybody bringing their objects to
The
me.
objects, yes.
Yeah, and that one was a studio format. And then the other question was, tell me what you want to communicate, what you're doing here to your family over there. And the other one is the photo is environmental. So it's beautiful how to from a studio format to environmental is the transition is beautiful, because you first having the object, and then you in the environmental you are telling your parents or your family over there in your country what are your achievements in this country. Some of them are very grateful for the opportunity of education, because in their countries they don't have the same opportunities. So it was beautiful to see that. And
so where did your first subjects come from? From people you met at the college, or people? How did you find these people?
so we sent an email, or what was it? An email? An email to the whole school, MJC.
Oh, okay.
And we had like 10 people to respond to that email. From those people, we have choose one person that replied to our email. And then, so from Brazil, this girl is from Brazil. And the other ones, 3 or 4 of them, are from my English classes. They're my friends. They were my friends on my classes. And then I think the rest are, I attend to photography and poetry class or program for the Afghan community. So I met their wonderful people, and I connect with them, and then they say yes to the project. So it was picking up people from everywhere.
Okay. So is it time to move on to the next? Yeah.
So for this one, I just want to say that aside of being a photographer, I'm a mom, and I'm a wife. I'm a student. I work, and when it's time to, if I see, I'm interested with this. I want to say that I'm part of the community, and I'm interested on to have better community for my children. So my tool for this is my camera.
Okay. So one quick question. You have recorded other immigrants with their letters home and their objects. Have you participated? Have you written a letter home? No.
No. Ruth told me you need to be in. You need to. The first 9 months, I was like very busy focusing on what and giving them the right voice to them. That I wasn't ready to be there. I was more on the other side, making sure that the photo was representing what they want to. That it was a lot of work, so it was for me impossible to be there. And this second part, I feel like I'm enjoying more other people's stories than mine. Like I feel like other people's stories are more interesting than mine.
Well, of course.
And then, so I love that. I love to see them tell me, and then we have that conversation, and then I just fall in love with their stories, and mine is not like as bold as them. as them. So,
Okay.
yeah,
I was just wondering. It seems like a natural, but
yeah,
I also understand what you're saying. You know.
yeah. For photographers, it's better to be on the other side.
Yes. I've been on the other side for many of my professions, both as a photographer and as a counselor, as a therapist. Yeah,
Oh,
always listening to other people's stories. And you're right. It always seems like, oh, these are more interesting than mine. So
maybe
let's
one
see.
day.
Yeah. So what
So,
do we have here?
oh, this is the team. This is my team. This is no, not my team. Let us home team. So that is my mentor. He's thanks to the grant, I was able to hire them. So Noah is one of my right hands. Uh,
Uh-huh.
he's helping me a lot with this project. Christina, she is my assistant. She is amazing. She helps me a lot with the lighting when I'm there, but to be able to do it more quickly. She's helping me with that. With she's making a web page for the project too. So
Oh,
yeah,
wonderful.
she's
Can't wait
amazing.
to see that. That would be great. Yeah.
Yeah, it's not finished yet, but it's almost.
Okay.
And then Roger, he is the one who helped me with printing. He,
Ah,
he he's printing all the stuff, and it's just the patient that he has. So I love that, because if I send my pictures to other place, I don't know how they're gonna come back. So he is in charge of that.
okay.
And it's my mentors, Noah and Ruth. I just wanna say thank you to them. Always there for me.
This is your graduation
This
from
is my
MDC?
graduation last year.
Yeah.
Oh, this year. Yeah, 2023.
Congratulations.
Thank you.
Yeah.
And I want to talk about the challenges and obstacles. So first, my first obstacle was myself. uh, Thinking about that, I was still a student, and it was so new. I never had a show for choose my work, and it was a learning process. So, but I think that's the place of my mentors. They were encouraging me all the time and telling me, "You're doing good. Come on, go ahead, you can do it." And then to find the subjects was difficult. The right stories too. Um, Money was an issue because we didn't have at the beginning money to print, to do all the stuff, and thanks to the grant we are allowed to print and frame
Uh-huh.
and do things. Time was short. They give me a deadline, and it was just crazy. And then the other one, when I applied for the grant, it was a format that it is just sticking, the photos stick to a foam cord,
Oh,
and
yes.
they're getting damaged. And then it was just crazy, and it was sad to see the project in that shape. So we applied for the grant, and then I got in. So we rephotograph the photos,
Oh,
and
okay.
then with all this the writing. So it took me months to re-edit those photos, because they were very contrasty, and
Mm-hmm.
some of the tones were like kind of off. Took me months. I have test prints all over my house, because it was just crazy for months. I was
I
the whole summer and part of the fall, printing those until they got on the right
Yeah.
way.
Yes.
Yeah.
Well, before we move on, I can just say that when you say that one of those challenges was yourself, it sounds like you're a typical artist with self-doubt. You know, is my art good enough? I'm just a student. What do I have to say? You know, I think you're in good company. That's most artists are like that. You know, it's what makes them improve.
Yeah.
And I was very happy to hear that you had people around you that supported you and kept you going.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, and it sounds like with most challenges in life, you really learned something going through this. You learned a lot. You
A
learned
lot.
things about yourself. You learned about photography. You learned about all the things that go into putting a project like this together. I mean,
Mm-hmm.
this is, I can tell you, you know, as an outsider, this is a big, important project, you know, and it's very impressive that you
Thank
were able to pull it off. And you know, of course, it took time. It,
it did.
yeah, it took time to make it right.
Yeah. And I want to talk about a little bit of the process of taking photos. Some of the photos were taking me. One of the obstacles with the one on the right, I that one where the girl is in the back talking to the group.
Yes.
Um, that photo was very hard to edit. One of the hardest. It was the lighting was awful. It was the tone lights were awful, awful, and I was over there. I thought she was. I never asked how long she was going to talk, so I was testing the lighting where I can put my flash or I can,
Mm-hmm.
arrange the lighting. When they told me she's gonna finish like soon, she just talked like a 5 minutes, and I was no way. So
Uh,
from the pictures that I had, I have to choose one, and this one uh, was the one, but it was very hard to edit. I didn't have that much time to take it.
yeah.
And then for my friend from the um, left, uh, that photo was taken in 5 minutes. This one is because she got late and we were going to close the the lab, the studio lab at school. So I told her, just do this, this, and this. Done. And it was done. So I have the both, like I have a lot of different experiences with each one of the photos.
Uh, so let's focus on this photo to the left here a little bit. You know, yeah, is the writing, is this the letter home that you have people, you know, that you
Yes,
superimposed on the photo and
I forgot to mention. Yeah.
yeah, and you took the photo. This is a studio photo.
Yes.
Yeah. Okay.
It's a studio photo. So the other part of that project that is involved in this project is the writing in their own language, what they want to communicate. And I think that makes the photo to stand up and then to talk to yourself. But the writing is beautiful. So it
Yes.
complements the photo
Yes.
beautifully. And I feel like it was empty before until they write on the photo.
Yeah. Yes, I agree with you fully. It adds to the whole concept. Is
Mhm.
there is when you exhibit these pictures, is there a translation of the
Yes.
letter?
Every photo has their own translation.
Okay.
Uh-huh. So we can. So this one was when the magic was happening, when
Uh,
everybody was writing on their photo. It was very touchy for me. It was so beautiful. It was a beautiful experience. Um, I didn't know what they were writing, so until they told me. So it was a beautiful experience for me to see them write their story,
Oh.
and because they're very close to me now. They're not just strangers that I met. They're very close to my heart, and I appreciate their time that they took, and the effort that they put to for this project too. And I'm very grateful for the stories because this project wouldn't be anything without them.
So this is very tricky what they're doing. You took their photograph and then maybe we can talk. I don't know if you were planning to talk later about the process. I mean, these you blew them up, and these are very large uh,
Mhm.
photos, and then you had them come in and write directly on the photo with what, a white pen or something,
It
right?
was like silver Sharpie.
Silver. Yeah.
Yeah. Yes. That was I think the most important part. Well, the photograph, and then when they wrote on that, it was finished.
Yes.
The work was finished.
Uh,
Um, and they really put their heart on it. Um,
so, as a photographer, let me ask, who did the printing, or how did you get the printing done, and to put it in this format?
should I should I well, at the first at the beginning of the project, we didn't have enough money,
Yes.
so we printed a Walgreens.
You printed what? I'm sorry.
A Walgreens,
Oh,
because we didn't have money for the printing.
uh,
And I did had a special friends over there. Now they're my friends, right? I went there and I waited each one of the printed photos over there. That way the photo is not bent or anything. So
yeah.
I was there sometimes for 1 hour or two. They hate me after a
Oh,
while
gee.
because I was waiting there to flat them out in a big cardboard that I had. So put it there, put the glassine, the paper on the top. That way it's not gonna be scratched or anything. So we did, and for the second part that I did rephotograph these photos, I printed with Roger, with the one on the team.
Ah,
So, but I'm with him all the time also when we
oh,
are printing. It's more quality now. So, and this one is I always get this question. So, which is my favorite photo? And it's not because it's my favorite photo or it's special, this one was the first person that said yes to the project. Her name is Poasha. She was a police officer in Afghanistan, and her story is just beautiful. She's a very strong woman. She came here and she is just nailed in it. She is studying, she's working, she's doing everything she can for to fight for education, and it was just beautiful to hear her story. And then when she wrote on the photo, I felt like that she was um, following the line of her hair, and
yes.
I just love it. I love it, and
Yes. What language is
I'm
this?
yeah.
I'm sorry. What language is this? Oh,
Farsi, I believe. No, oh, I don't know. I forgot.
Farsi. Okay.
It's Arabic
It's,
or
yeah, it's beautiful.
yeah,
The calligraphy is beautiful, and you saw it flows right out of her hair, out of her head. I mean, for a letter home, that's a perfect. It's a wonderful composition.
yeah. And
Yeah.
I didn't tell anybody how or where to write. They have the freedom to write in whatever way they want. That way they can really express what they want to say, and I didn't limit them to do if they, and I told them, if you, because they were very nervous to mess up, and then you have to reprint it, right?
Yes.
But no, I told them, if you messed up, it's part of the project, so just cross it up and continue writing, because this is gonna be as you're writing,
like
and
a real letter.
yes, yeah. And they relax more, because they say, oh, if I make an error, I just keep going, and they relax. And I think just one person did one, but it's not, it's just beautiful to see them anyways.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. And this one is her second photo. She's at the library at NJC, so she's talking about the opportunity of education for women here when she didn't have it over there. And well, my hopes and for this project is through this photography experience, the audience will value, connect personally, empathize with these student hopes, achievements, and determination, courage, longings, and resolute pride in where they have and come from, and the cultural wealth they bring to a community. So they're very proud of their culture. So we want people to see that.
Absolutely.
And I can say that in my case, I'm immigrant, but I'm not free of stereotypes. Like I still stereotype people, and that's not good. So when I was here, I was doing this project, and when I first come here, I hear stuff from certain communities, and you don't. I didn't really know nobody from other communities, just the Hispanic and the white community. So when I start meeting people from all over the world, I just find out they're just like me, and they're all the stereotypes that I had in my head like disappear. See, this is beautiful. So this project it doesn't help choose the audience. It helped me to realize that I didn't know that I stereotype until I was like, oh, this is just
right
like me, people like me.
Yeah, your your project not only had a message for people who look at it, but you're saying, like many artists, that your art actually affects you too, and you learn from it.
Yeah, in a good way.
Yes. So are there any more here?
It's just I was talking about the benefits, and so the benefits for the people that wrote in the photos is that these projects help like an outlet to express their feelings and process their emotions. If you want to go to the other photo, I want to say her experience. I have the photo right here.
Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, can you? Let me see if I can.
Okay. Okay.
Okay, where are we? Where am I? What happened here? Did I lose you? Did I lose myself? Where am I?
Or I can show it at the end if you want to.
Okay.
Yeah, because it's two more.
Okay.
One, I think I have one more.
You have one more? Okay.
So this experience for her, if you have the opportunity to go and see the exhibition, this first part is in West Campus and East Campus library. We have part of this in both libraries. And if you have the opportunity to go, you will have all the writing on her photo. And she's talking about her grandma that said, that said that I know I'm not gonna see you again, but I wish you the best. And she really didn't see her again. She passed away. So
Oh,
and then she is my close friend, and she never talked about the impact of this project on her life until I was talking to her just briefly, and then she told me, when I wrote in that photo, I my grandmother's dead.
oh,
So that touched my heart. Like, she didn't have before the opportunity to cry for her grandmother, to grieve, and until she wrote on the photo.
wow.
Yeah. And then at the end, I just want to mention that the second part is coming,
Okay.
and then give thanks to for the next slide. If you want to put the next slide, it just give the thanks to the Heartland Creative Corps that gave me the opportunity to keep working on this project, and I'm very grateful for. We finished the framing of 18 photos already, the rephotograph, reprinting, and framing them, and that's awesome. So I already am in the second part of the project, and I already complete all the subjects except for one. But I haven't photographed them. I photographed the half of them,
Okay.
and one of them is about to say, hopefully yes, and a meeting that we have. But we're gonna continue shooting the subjects for the next 2 or 3 months, and then wrap up the second part of this project.
All right. So that's the end. Okay. So let's see what happens here. Ah,
Maybe if you put
where am I?
something.
There we go. I lost myself here for a minute. There we go. Okay. Yeah, now you can show us
Oh,
the picture. Yeah.
let me see.
Yeah. They're quite impressive.
And this
Wow.
one is one of the ones that are damaged. You can see it from the side. It's all bone opening from this side.
Oh, uh-huh.
Yeah. So the frame ones are at the library right now.
Oh, so you have part of your show up in the library right now.
The full yes, of the MJC library. This one is the first part of the project when it was just attached to the foam core, sorry. And the other ones are reprinted, rephotographed, reprinted, and framed. They're framed now, and they're very beautiful now. They look amazing. They're not gonna get messed up anymore.
Oh, good. Good. Oh, wow. What a lot of work, and beautiful work, by the way.
It's a lot of work.
Yeah. Wow. So, let's see. When you're going to be finished with this? Do you think?
Well, I'm thinking of by February I'm gonna stop shooting,
Uh-huh.
and then the editing part hopefully is not taking me that long.
No, not that long. Yeah.
And well, it's the process of printing, and then the printing is a long process also. So the framing, I think, is the fastest, because if I go to frame them, they take like 2 or 3 weeks. Mhm.
Okay. Well, I'm glad. Yeah, congratulations on the award, by the way. And you're right. It's a classy looking exhibit, and I could see looking at it. Wow, it's like that's a lot of work. That's a lot of money.
It
So
is.
yeah,
It is. But yeah, thanks to the grant, we are able to pay the artists that are happy,
yeah,
then and then have the frame, very good quality frame,
yeah.
to
So
preserve them.
maybe we can talk a little bit more. As you say, your art has influenced you, and you've learned some things. And what do you think some of the things you've learned about the immigrant and the immigration process and people coming to a new country? Um, is there anything in there that you could share with us?
It's
Do a lot of these people have something in common?
resilience,
What? I'm sorry.
resilience.
Yeah,
That's the word. If I have to describe them, is
yeah,
resilience.
yeah,
Even though some of the stories are breaking my broke my heart, they still have the courage and the strength to keep going and to have goals and
uh-huh,
go to their goals, and I don't know what they do with their pain, but maybe they put it towards a good stuff, good things, good towards their goals. And I think that's something that we need to learn from all the people, from
uh-huh,
the immigrants. They have their mind are fresh, I feel. They have dreams, and they can see the goal, and they have a lot of obstacles, but they don't mind the obstacles because they going towards the goal.
yeah,
And I think that is
they're
the most impressive thing
yeah, they're
from
focused.
it.
Right. Yeah. This may not, be appropriate or anything, but where do you go after this? Where do
I
you where,
want to. I would love to. I don't know if I can say or no, because as an immigrant, I still have some obstacles to. We all come here, and most of us, we don't know the language, we don't know the culture, we don't understand some culture, and then I still have some mm, obstacles that I have to um, jump before.
dump?
But I would love to be a teacher. I would love to become a and photography teacher, and I want to go for my bachelor on Sacramento State. I want to achieve that.
Uh,
Um,
what's
that
your major? What's your major at Sacramento State?
is gonna be photography. So
Oh,
I want to
photography.
be a
Okay. Yeah.
photography teacher.
Yeah.
Yeah, I am working. I'm right now. I'm a TA on a photography class.
Yeah.
And it fulfilled me a lot to see the students to grow from not knowing something and then achieving a lot. I love that growth. So it's a beautiful feeling.
Yeah.
So
So, any special type of photography in your future? Uh, more projects? Continue to
I
be a wedding photographer? Go into photojournalism? I don't know, fine art. Uh,
I love to. My next in my work, I can say my work as a photographer. I would love to have my studio. I fall in love with the lighting. I am TA in the lighting class. So I fell in love with positioning the lights and everything. So I would love to have my studio. I don't know when it's gonna happen, but I would love to have that opportunity. I'm I'm doing it at home sometimes, but I'm gonna still be shooting weddings, quinceañeras, and families. And for the other side, more artistic side, I do have two more projects on mine that talks about inclusion for kids with special needs, and other one for immigrants, but it's talking about kids too also.
Yeah.
So I don't know when I'm gonna start, but I'm already talking with somebody about it. But I still have so many things on my mind that I want to do.
So I'm assuming your project will be finished by what is it, June? Is that when?
Hey, June, yeah.
Yeah. So that will be on display at Mifflin Gallery at that time.
Hopefully.
So yeah, so I invite people to come in and see it and experience it. Yeah, it
Yeah.
isn't. Those are the words that come out. It isn't just you have to see this; you have to experience it. And I think most people who come in and look at the pictures, see the beauty in both the pictures and the writing, and read the letter. It's an experience,
Mm-hmm.
which is something. Yeah, it's an added thing to most art shows.
Yeah.
So
Yeah.
anyway, very impressed, and thank you for joining us today.
You're welcome.
Yeah,
For my final thought is to invite and encourage all the artists. It doesn't matter if you are painter. I don't know if it's correct to say painter, like
yeah,
oil,
sure, yeah, yeah, yeah.
or you have a sculptor or a songwriter. But if we as an artist look at the society, and we can use our art to change something on the society.
Yes. That's a good place to leave it today. So thank you again for being here. I look forward to seeing your work in the future.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
Okay, so let's see.